Canada is a dear friend, partner, ally, trading partner, and happens to be our northern neighbor. But with an active criminal investigation, I hope that we can make sure that perpetrators are brought to justice. I think that moments like this don't define a relationship, but they certainly can slow down progress. Look, I'm not going to, and I'm not going to tell leaders of other countries what to do. We care deeply for Canada, just as we care deeply for India and India.
The current diplomatic sort of tensions between India and India and Canada that we see which started yesterday. Do you think that is the first test to this dynamic relationship that India and US have?
Let me say two things. One is I think that in the moment, throughout history, think about the US-India relationship. There are moments when the US and India will never recover from X or Y. I mean, think about those moments, 1971. Think about those moments when there was the perception that the U.S. was holding back India's nuclear ambitions, or the perception in America that India didn't want to be part of an international order on nuclear proliferation. Certainly we, and I know you asked about Canada, have shown you can get through the most difficult moments. And so that's always my prayer and hope no matter what, because Canada is a dear friend, partner, ally, trading partner, and happens to be our northern neighbor. We care deeply for Canada, just as we care deeply for India and Indians. And I think that moments like this don't define a relationship, but they certainly can slow down progress. And they're gut checks for everybody to say, how do we interact with each other? What do we stand for? How do we enforce ideas like sovereignty and international law? And what are our responsibilities to one another? So, and I'm sure somebody's going to ask the question, so let me just kind of say more of a statement that, obviously, any allegations like this should be troubling to anyone. But with an active criminal investigation, I hope that we can make sure that perpetrators are brought to justice, and that we can all allow the space for that information and that investigation to occur before anybody leaps to judgment. And to me, that's the most important role I think each one of us can play. Sovereignty is a very important principle. As you've heard our National Security Council spokesperson, our State Department spokesperson, White House spokesperson say, we've been in regular communication. I'm the son of a prosecutor, so I know when there are criminal investigations, it's best to leave things at that until we know more. Look, I'm not going to, and I'm not going to tell leaders of other countries what to do, but I think it's incumbent on all of us to remember the principles of international law, the principles of sovereignty, non-interference, and that can be heard both directions, but need to be heard appropriately, and it's something that we stand by for sure.